Hello and welcome to road.cc. Now this is the Merida Scultura 5 of Bahrain-Victorious, and we reckon that this bike is going to be right up there when it comes to the pointy end of the Tour de France. Okay, so about this bike, I've actually ridden this bike in the team specs, so I've had some good quality time on this setup, and I can tell you that it is one of the nicest bikes to ride, well, ever. It's very light, it's very fast, it's very stiff, but also it's very compliant. It's very, very good over broken roads. Now, apart from my personal feelings about the bike, should we take a closer look? Okay, Bahrain Merida are one of Shimano's main sponsored teams, so it comes as no surprise that we've seen the Jura Ace Di2 12-speed system on this bike. We also have the telltale sign that this is a fully sponsored bike from Shimano because we've got the new power meter. There aren't actually that many of these power meters kicking around, so what we have here is the more symmetrical design. We've got the pod here down at the end of the crank arm rather than at the top. That's generally how you tell the two power meters apart. Sticking with this area of the bike, we can see that Damiano Caruso, who is riding the Dauphiné here, is running a 54 to 40 tooth chain set, and well, that is some huge gears. That's actually not uncommon these days. The pros are running them. That's the standard Jura Ace setup. Now obviously if you boost the chainring sizes you're going to ride around the mountains here in southern France, you're going to need a pretty big cassette, and Caruso has an 11 to 30 tooth cassette. That again seems to be the pro standard, just means that the teams aren't having to change cassettes every day. Sticking with the real heart of this bike, it is interesting to see that Bahrain-Victorious aren't running a chain catcher. We've seen that pretty much at every other team that we've been to. So the mechanics here must be pretty confident about their front derailleur setup. Now, it won't surprise you to know that as a Shimano sponsored team, they've got Shimano Jura Ace pedals. These things are lovely, and they should do some serious miles before they even need to be changed. Moving towards the wheel set, we have the Vision Metron. Now the team is supplied with tons of depths, so they've got things for the high mountains, they've got intermediate ones kind of like these 50s, and then they've got really deep ones for the really fast days. They are running Continental GP 5000 TL tyres. That is of course tubeless, and well, we're not really sure what's going on inside there, but we would suppose that the team is running some sort of run flat system. Now, I have taken a look at those run flats. I don't think they're amazing for just everyday riders, but they are brilliant for the pros, because if the pros have a slash tire or a real fast puncture, they can keep riding the wheel safely. And that is a really important factor when racing in a bunch. Moving up to the top of the bike, and we have an Fsa Seat Post. The team is sponsored by the kind of Fsa Vision partnership. So we've got the carbon seat post here, and then up at the front of the bike, what we have here is a Vision Metron bar system. These come stock standard on these team edition models, and well, Damiano Caruso is running a 42mm wide bar. He's also running a 120mm long stem. That's an integrated system, and as you can see, creates a very, very clean design. Finishing the bike, we have two things from Pro Logo. First of all, the bar tape up there. That's nice. It's quite a knurled design, so you get really good grip. And then up at the top is a Pro Logo saddle. The saddle that Caruso opts for is the Nego 3. It's got a carbon base and it's got carbon rails, so it's going to be a nice lightweight design. Down at the discs, it's interesting to see that a climber like Caruso is opting for a 140mm rear rotor and a 160 front. That probably just helps in the mountains when they're doing extended periods of heavy braking into each corner. Probably just helps with heat dissipation. Well, there is the Merida Scultura 5 of Bahrain-Victorious. If you want to read Stu's review, I'll leave a link in the description below. We've got loads more Tour de France content coming up, so keep your eyes peeled for that. Before you go, like and subscribe, and we will see you in the next one.